Okay, today's fun, funky, fresh. Like, I don't think we have to be afraid of anything. Last week of classes, and last week is usually the week I like to introduce a HITT style class or a cardio portion just to get the heart rate up a little bit more, expand on kind of everything that we already know, 4 classes, so you can see how hard Pilates can actually get. That being said, if anything gets too aggressive at any point in time, feel free to slow it down because the HITT is just to get the heart rate up. So if you don't want the HITT portion of today's class, feel free to take anything slower. Feel free to modify any movement. Feel free to ask me if you need a modification for anything. I promise I'm willing to do so. But today's not as bad. HITT just is interval training. So Thursday we'll have a more intense day. We'll kind of get into that on Thursday instead. But today, I'm pretty sure it's a class we've already done. Or at least it's definitely portions we've already done. We have a glute bridge segment, and then we have the standing leg portion. We have core, all the fun things. Other than that, we are starting on the ground today. Go ahead and start your watches, but we'll just start in that 4-point tabletop position. All we're going to do is start with those cat-cows, so paying attention to that, breathing in through the nose, arch the back, lift the chest, open through the collarbones. Exhale, squeeze the ribs to the pelvis. Inhale, arch. See if you can drop your belly a little bit lower to the ground. Open up your chest a little bit more. Exhale, squeeze the core, press through the palms. One more. Let's come back into that neutral spine. We're going to start with the left side of our arm, lifting all the way up. We're going to do the thread the needle flow. Exhale, reach through. Inhale, lift, open the chest. Exhale, thread through. As you do this, try to increase your range of motion every time. This is a warm-up, but we're also working on that mobility, so we're trying to lift our chest a little bit higher to the ceiling. Send that arm a little bit further back. Last one, we're going to hold the thread, going all the way through. Lift that right arm up if you can. Send it into your back pocket. And just hold for a nice stretch here. Coming all the way back up, we'll do the same thing for the other side. Starting with that right arm, lift all the way up and thread. Finding a tempo and a steady breath that feels comfortable for you here. Using that core. Last one, we're going to reach all the way up, and we're going to hold the thread. Trying to sink into that right shoulder a little bit more if you can. If you have the mobility, go ahead and open up that left arm and send it into your back pocket. Just seeing if we can expand the chest, lengthen through the shoulders a little bit more. Coming all the way back up through center, pushing into that tabletop position, curling your toes up and underneath. Your palms are going to be stacked under your shoulders. Send those hips all the way back as we come into our first downward facing dog. We're going to start by pedaling out our feet, alternate lifting either heel, and just wake up the backs of our legs. Remembering that breath as we slowly try to sink our ribs into the tops of our thighs. Another deep breath in. Maybe you find stillness, pressing both heels into the mat, lifting through your tailbone, sending your seat bones to the ceiling. One more deep breath in. Let's come into that high plank. Slowly lower all the way down. Chaturanga, push up. Tops of your feet are going to press into the mat as we come into an upward facing dog. Feel free to look over either shoulder just to increase that depth. Slowly lower your knees into the mat. We'll send ourselves back. We're going to start seated, working on that core a little bit. Here's your 15-second break. If you do need a drink of water, feel free to grab one. With that in mind, we're working core first, so grab any weight that you think you can do. And keep the other ones nearby just in case you may be overshot or you get a little bit too tired, which is also okay. We're gonna lower all the way down onto our backs, coming into that reverse tabletop position. Knees are gonna be directly stacked over your hips. You're gonna lift your arms all the way up, and we're just gonna start with those slow crunches. These are the best way to get core activation. Trying to feel each row of your abdominals lift up, using that weight to help guide you forward, but not swing you all the way up. The weight just acts as a counterbalance that helps your core lift you. It should not be the main reason why you're sitting up. As we lift, maybe you try lifting your shoulder blades a little bit higher off the ground. Really squeeze your ribs into your hip bones. Trying to activate through that lower core. Don't force your upper abdominals to do all of the work here. Couple more. Let's go for 3, and then we'll add on from here. Our core segment is all compounded movements, so we're just building. For 2. Last one, we're gonna hold in that crunch at the top, and we're gonna drop, starting with our left leg. Send that leg out, bring it back in, and drop back. We're gonna alternate our legs here, so we're gonna lift in that crunch. Then we're gonna send our right leg out, straightening all the way, bring it back, and drop. Slow and control for now. If you wanna speed it up to increase that heart rate, you can. Just go with your tempo here. Today's less HITT inspired and more sweat and sculpt inspired. Couple more, guys. Keep it up. You've got this. Just keep breathing. Last one, each side. Lift as high as you can. Squeeze that core. All right, we're gonna go back into that crunch. We're lifting all the way up. This time, as we send our left leg out, we're gonna reach our right arm back, really testing our core here. Bring it all back through center and drop. Lifting back up, other side now, send that right leg out. Left arm behind your head, squeeze through the entire core and drop it back down. Activating both left and right side. At this point, be sure that your lower back is still fully pressed against the mat. You don't want to tunnel out here. It's super important that we keep that engagement through the lower abdominals. If you need, you can always keep those knees bent and just tap your toes down onto the mat. Last one, each side. All right, we're gonna stay holding in that crunch position, just alternate it out, dropping opposite arm, opposite leg. If you need to take that option, I'll show it here. We're just tapping those toes and not fully lengthening out that leg if you need that modification. If not, keep fully extending. We're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Coming back into that crunch. Reach for those ankles. We pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. take that break, and then we'll get back into our glute bridge series. I know a lot of people hate glute bridges, but I promise they're so good for mobility and just all around movement maintenance. Got about 10 more seconds. When you're ready, we'll drop all the way back down. Grab whatever weight you are comfortable with. If you want to push yourself, maybe you go a little bit heavier. We're going to hold in that glute bridge. Arms are going to be lifted overhead, palms facing our legs. We're going to start with those spinal articulations. So tilt your pelvic floor all the way up, squeeze your glutes, and tuck your tailbone in. We're pressing through the heels of our feet. Make sure your heels are as close to your glutes as you physically can. And then drop all the way back down, rolling that spine as we go down. We're not adding that hinge yet. We're just rolling up. Squeeze the glutes, press the hips as high as you can, and drop it all the way back down. Roll up, press, and roll back down. This is just so we can get that mind to muscle connection before we start adding on. We have a lot of glute bridge stuff to go through today. Last one. This time as we drop it down, we're going to hinge through the hips, tap your tailbone down to the mat, and press back up. This is that hip hinge. We're no longer rolling through that spine. You should feel even more glute activation from this. Be sure to press through the heels of your feet. Try lifting your hips a little bit higher. You've got a couple more. Last one. Hold in that glute bridge. Drop your right arm down, bend the elbow, press back up, back into that pelvic tap. Same thing with the left arm now. Drop it down, bend the elbow, press back up. Single arm chest press. Couple more. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding both arms up. Hold that glute bridge as well. We're not alternate lifting either foot. So we're just doing that glute bridge march. You should feel your weight shifting between your left and your right glute here. You don't want anything else moving other than your legs. Try to be as still as you can. Keep that march. We're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, lift those hips a little higher. You've got this. 2, 1. We're gonna add in that chest fly now. So we're gonna drop the opposite arm as we march the opposite leg. Press up as we drop the leg back down. You've got this. We're here for 8. Keep breathing. Keep those hips high. Heels should still be stepping as close to your glutes as they can. You've Got this. For 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna start with those single leg glute bridges. I want you to lift your left leg all the way up. We're gonna drop it down and press up. We're gonna start slow and then we'll add on. We're pressing through that right glute, lifting our left leg. Keep those hips as high as you can. Press through your heel. Keep breathing. For 3, 2, 1. We're gonna add in that opposite arm drop. Lift, drop that arm, press up, lower. We're here for 6. 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold in that glute bridge. Extend your left leg out. Bring it back in. Extend it out. Bring it back in. If you want, you can internally rotate so your palms are facing each other and add in that skull crusher as well. You want to give a little bit more arm intentional movement here. Just keep pressing through your right glute. Lift those hips as high as you can. Squeeze through your core. You're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it all down. Hug those knees. Give yourself the tiniest of breaks and we'll go right into the other side. All right, when you're ready, pick up those weights one last time for our glute bridge segment. We're gonna lift our right leg this time around. Put that weight into your left heel. We're gonna drop it down and press up. You've got it. Keeping it even. Lift and lower. Don't lose that mind to muscle connection with your left glute. Couple more. 3, 2, 1. We add in that opposite arm drop. Press up, then drop those hips. Glute bridge, arm drop, press, and drop. You've got it. Almost done. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Extend that leg. Bring it back. Extend. Bring it back. Feel free to add in those arms as well. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. We're here for 8. We're gonna pulse out those glute bridges. You've got it.
7, 6, 5. Last push of those glute bridges. Then we have a break for 3, 2, 1. Drop it all the way down. Hug those knees, rock side to side. Get a drink of water if you need it. Heart rate's a little bit up now, hopefully. When you're done with that break, we're gonna meet back in that 4-point position, finding that tabletop. Again, we'll start slow. So we adjust, and then we'll continue to add on, because that's what makes it so much fun. So again, shoulders are gonna be stacked over the heels of our palms, and we're just gonna start with those bear pose knee taps. Lift those knees up, drop them back down. Lift, drop. 30 seconds. Just keep breathing. Take whatever modifications you need. Starting to feel those quads activate here. And then we'll add on. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold in that lifted position. We're going to bring our knees to the left, back through center, tap. Lift up, knees to the right, back through center, and tap. 30 seconds. For 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go all the way through center. Bring those knees to the left. Lift up your left hand. Open that chest to the side wall. Bring it back down. Final addition. Bring it back over to the right. You can add those weights if you feel comfortable. If not, that's totally okay. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to continue. Don't tap your knees in the middle. We're just going to alternate opening up to each side. "15 seconds. You've got it. We'll end with a final burner and then get into the last section of class today. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meeting back through center, we're just gonna pulse it out. Back into those knee taps. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, take a break. Get a drink of water. You have about 15 seconds, then we'll get into that standing portion. Anybody has heart rate up yet? Or do we need to go harder? Fun stuff awaits. All right, when you're ready, we'll go ahead and meet standing.
This is a majority legs, so if you want to grab that heavier weight, feel free. You may have to drop out the heavier weight at some point, but that's totally okay. We're just going to try to keep everything as even as we can. We're going to start with a left curtsy lunge to a bicep curl. So we're going to send that right leg behind, bring those arms up, press back to standing. We're pressing through that left glute, loading the left leg. You should not feel pain through your lower back here. If you do, drop that weight. Take your curtsy lunge a little bit slower. Maybe you don't go as deep. And remember to send your hips back. We're bending through that knee, not moving the leg. Keep breathing. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're going to add a squat to hammer curl as we stand up. One smooth motion. Find a spot on the wall. Keep your balance. You've got this. Keep breathing. 15 more seconds. You've got it. All right, as we come up into our next squat hammer curl, we're gonna lift up and press. Drop it all the way down, back into that curtsy lunge. Just adding that press. Should feel like a little bit of a break. Last little burner, you've got it. Five more seconds. Last one, bring it back into that curtsy. We're gonna hold the curtsy and just do that bicep curl. 15 seconds, you've got it. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up, bring it to that squat. We're just gonna press overhead. You've got this for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, take a break. We weren't supposed to take a break, but I want a break, so do with that what you will. Yeah, about 15 seconds, get some water. We'll go through a center squat, calf, portion thing. Then we'll get to the other side. And then we're done. We are almost done. So keep it up. Why is my heart rate not high enough? I don't know, man. We just went from 100 to 167. I'm concerned for my well-being. Anybody here a doctor? Okay, we'll go ahead and take another deep breath. I'm gonna switch to my low weights. And we're just gonna do some regular squats. So we're dropping it down and lifting all the way back. Send those hips back. Keep those knees loaded over those ankles. Drive through those legs. Use your breath. Exhale as you press up. This is all about controlled breathing. It'll help you for the long run, not just for the workout.
Couple more. 10 more seconds. You've got this. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop into that squat, hold. Alternate lifting, either heel, and bring it all the way back up to standing. Lower, lift the heel, all the way back up to standing. You've got this. We don't have too much left. For 5 more seconds. You got this. Last one. Lift all the way back up. Drop into that squat. We're going to hold that squat and just lift those heels. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that right heel lifted, and we're going to pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We switch to the left. Pulse it out for 8. Don't quit on me now. This is the last one. 3, 2, 1, and take a break. Remember, whatever weights you use for that left side, we're going to do the same thing for the right. Here we go. Heart rate's over 170. That's all that mattered today. Get some water if you need it. Final push. You got it. It's my placebo. You guys can definitely use heavy weights. I believe in you. Whew. Okay, go ahead and grab those first weights. We started with the left side, so we're gonna send it over to the right. All we're doing is that bicep curl into a curtsy lunge. Send those hips back, bend through the knees. Knee is stacked over that ankle. We're driving through the glutes. Is it fair to say that my legs are still sore from 2 weeks ago? Whew. Almost done. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to add in that squat to hammer curl, back down to that curtsy lunge. Keep it up. You've got it. It's only 3 more movements after this, guys. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna drop down to that squat. Give me that overhead press and send it back down. 15 seconds. 10. 5. Get one more combo in. Last one. Hold in that curtsy lunge and just give me some bicep curls. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back through center. Find that squat. We just do an overhead press for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those weights. Give yourself a break. Oh my gosh, guys. Live, laugh, love, HIT classes. That was the last one. We're gonna go into some stretching after this. Get some water if you need it. You got about 10 seconds. We'll regroup. That breathing under control. I haven't even tested out that class yet. I'm afraid. Dude, you guys are the best. You come in, you conquer everything. So I'm not even afraid for you. I'm afraid for me. So you're going to end up liking it, and then we're going to have to do that one every single time. That's what happens. That's how this class was made. Okay. We're going to end with some deep breaths. Go ahead and do those squat reaches. More squats. Woohoo. These are fun squats, though. You don't have to go all the way down. Just make sure you're opening up through that diaphragm. Getting those deep breaths in as we reach. My legs are shaking. Dude, those bicep curls actually sent me over. Last deep breath in. Go ahead and really reach as high as you can. Make sure you're extending long. Add some side bends in if that feels good. And then we're going to fall all the way over our knees, finding that forward fold. You can alternate bending either knee as you slowly work your way towards finding straight legs for both. And we're just going to walk our hands to the left side. Feel that stretch. Bring it back through center. We're going to walk all the way to the other side. Another deep breath. Let's walk through center and gently bring our arms into that downward dog. We're going to pedal out those feet. One deep breath in. We're going to kick that left leg all the way up and back. Feel free to keep it straight, or you can bend that knee and tilt those hips. If you do, work towards bringing that heel all the way to your left glute, and maybe try lifting your knee a little bit higher to the ceiling if you can. In this position, I want you to focus on keeping your shoulders parallel to the floor, keeping that deep breath, finding a deeper stretch to the back of your right leg. We're going to take one more deep breath in. Exhale, I want you to step to the outside of your left hand. Gently drop down your right knee. We're just going to hold in our low lunge here. Feel free to rock forward and back. That feels good for you. We'll add in a little bit of a flow here in a little bit. We're going to slowly walk our foot to the middle of the mat. One deep breath in. I want you to send your hips forward, knees stacked over ankle. Reach those arms up. And we're going to sweep them all the way forward, straighten out that front leg. We're going to turn this into a little bit of a flow. So next deep breath in, rebend that knee, reach up. Exhale, sweep the arms forward, straighten that leg. If you need to, feel free to use those blocks. You can take this at whatever pace feels good to you and feels comfortable for your mobility. One last deep breath in, hold in that crescent. Really reach those arms back, find a little back bend. And we're going to bring the arms down to either side of that bent knee. Curl your right toes up and underneath, lift that back leg, and step back into your downward facing dog. We're going to pedal it out before doing the same thing for the other side. So when you're ready, go ahead and pick that right leg up. Feel free to lift that leg or bend it, focusing on finding length through the back of your left leg and lifting your right knee a little bit higher. We're gonna hold here, shoulders parallel to the floor beneath you. Last deep breath in, find that length. And exhale, stepping forward. Holding in that low lunge, dropping your back knee down. Rock forward and back if that feels comfortable. And just breathe. When you're ready, we're gonna go back into that flow. Bend that knee, lift those arms up, reach. Exhale, swing them back, straighten that front leg. Rebend, reach. And extend. Couple more. Last one. Ending on that crescent lunge, reach those arms all the way up, extend as long as you can, find a little bit of a back bend. And go ahead and drop those hands to either side of that knee. We're gonna come all the way down into a seated position. You can cross the legs or not. We're just gonna end by stretching the upper body a little bit more. Go ahead and reach that right arm up and overhead. Keep that chest lifted to the ceiling as much as you can. And as you start to adjust, you can always drop all the way down onto that forearm. Really looking for that length. When you're ready, we'll tilt the chest all the way down. Reaching that arm back up. We'll come through center. Same thing, other side. Go ahead and reach. Left arm overhead. Chest lifts to the ceiling. And we drop the chest down to the floor. Coming back, lift the chest. Lift through center. Arms reach up. Interlace those fingertips. Press the palms to the ceiling. Little side bend. Rolling out those wrists, unhook those fingers. And we'll drop back down to the floor. That's all I've got for you guys today. Feel free to stay and stretch. Holy cow. See you all again on Thursday.